Chris, let's go back in time. If you go to the war room, and particularly the right, the hard right of the MAGA movement, we were adamantly opposed to this from day one. We would quote Professor Mersheimer at the University of Chicago on the eve of the war, that the West was going to lead the Ukrainian people down the primrose path to their destruction. What we've argued on the war room from day one is that this is ridiculous. And now you have about Ian Brummer, I think, calculates between 450 and 500,000 Ukrainians dead or wounded. The country looks like Dresden in 1945. There's 800 to 900,000 dead or wounded Russian troops. I mean, the casualty levels here are bigger than the first, from the invasion of Poland in 1939 to Operation Barbarossa in June of 1941, the beginning of World War II. This war now dwarfs it. I mean, this is combat at its most primitive. We've been opposed to this from day one. We have been a driving that we need to have a Russian rapprochement. We need to break Russia off from China and the Chinese Communist Party as working together in that alliance they have on the Eurasian landmass. I think the call today reinforced the fact that President Trump and Putin are talking at a very high level, some sort of economic relationship, maybe some sort of potential strategic relationship that includes the Middle East and maybe even taking out the situation with the Persian nuclear program. So, no, we've opposed this from day one. That's why we've been a big advocate that President Trump and his team, like Steve Witkoff, should focus on the overall Russian strategic deal or strategic relationship and let Marco Rubio and others work on the Ukraine piece as a subset of this, because I think it is a subset. And look, the Russians, people ask me, can you trust Putin? I said, did Winston Churchill trust Joseph Stalin? Of course they don't. Right? No. The Stalin and Churchill, FDR never really trusted him. They didn't trust him, but they were great allies that lost, 35 to 50 million people in World War II in combat or starving. Right. You don't trust the KGB, but you're going to have to work on it, particularly if you want to break the back of the Chinese Communist Party. I think President Trump's geostrategic vision here is going to be the most significant since the end of World War II. And I think they're going to hammer this out. It's going to take months, but I think today is a pretty good start.